Good morning. I'm joined this morning by my Deputy Chief of Staff of Operations, Cheryl Goldstein, Department of Transportation Director Steve Sharkey, Environment Control Board Executive Director Rebecca Woods, the Office of Performance and Innovation Director Dan Homowitz, DPW's Bureau of Solid Waste John Chalmers, Department of Housing and Community Development Deputy Commissioner Jason Hessler, Cynthia Tinsley, President of the Carlton Ridge Neighborhood Association, Derwin Hanna, community member, and thank you all for being here today. I'm pleased to announce my cleanup campaign. I'm committed to beautifying Baltimore and providing our residents and visitors with a cleaner city to enjoy. From day one, when I became mayor, this has been my top priority along with public safety. I created CleanStat, which is similar to CityStat, and it uses data to look at our cleaning efforts across the city. CleanStat quickly found a backlog of work from before I even became mayor, and I tasked my team to come up with a plan to fix it. Cheryl and John will talk more about how we've been doing this, but one thing I've asked was for all the city agencies like Department of Transportation and Recs and Parks to help with cleaning our city, and they've now gone out every weekend to clean in addition to their regular work. Today we're continuing and expanding this all hands-on-deck effort. We're going to clean everywhere in the city and make sure we catch up on those overdue 311 orders that were here long before I took office. We're also cracking down on those littering our streets. We're using data to find people who keep littering and dumping in our city, and we will respond. And we're going to work with communities, including here in Carlton Ridge, to help people clean their own neighborhoods. We need to do this together. Cheryl's going to talk more about the details of the Clean It Up campaign, but I want to say we're cleaning up this city and we'll make even more progress. If you don't believe me, I want people to make sure we're doing our job by looking at our CleanStat website. There you can see exactly how we're doing. Now I will turn it over to Cheryl Goldstein, Deputy Chief of Staff for Operations, to talk more about the plan.
Thank you, Mayor Young.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. One of the first things that Mayor Young asked me to do when I came on board was to launch CleanStat, because getting the city cleaner was one of his two biggest priorities. We launched CleanStat last summer, and we quickly realized that this administration and Mayor Young had inherited a very large service request backlog. There were 17,000 overdue 311 service requests for cleaning and property maintenance. And clearing this backlog has been a critical focus for us. We set goals, we looked at performance, we enlisted all the other city agencies to help us. And so far, we've seen good success, and we've cut that backlog by 56% since September 1st. We've also been using data to determine how we can be more effective. For example, we have cameras up in areas where we've had dumping, and we've been evaluating the effectiveness of those cameras and thinking about how we can move them or replace them to deter and catch more illegal dumpers. Mayor Young's Clean It Up campaign highlights 8 strategies that have been built from the CleanStat work in partnership with all the other agencies. One, which we've just talked about, is eliminating the 311 backlog. As I said, we've cut that backlog from 17,000 to 7,500, and we will eliminate that backlog by April 1st. We will get to 0. We are holding repeat violators accountable. There are a small number of individuals and businesses that are responsible for a large number of illegal dumping citations as well as sanitation violations. We're going to be posting a top 10 list of repeat violators on our CleanStat page, and we're going to double down on our enforcement efforts. On February 12th, Mayor Young and Director Sharkey from the Department of Transportation are going to launch the Mayor's Pothole Challenge, and over 50 days are going to work really hard to repair a large number of potholes. So more to come on that. Mayor Young has directed us to expand our small haulers program and to run a pilot that will expand that program and make it more accessible. Currently, small haulers are able to dispose of their waste at our facilities at a reduced rate, and we're looking to reduce barriers and make it easier and to get more small haulers involved in that program. Mayor Young has provided an additional $160,000 to expand the city's Care-a-Lot program. Our Environmental Control Board runs a Care-a-Lot program which makes grants to communities to beautify their neighborhoods and to beautify vacant lots. So we're looking forward to that expansion and getting more communities involved in that program. On February 11th, we are going to launch Clean and Safe. Mayor Young's top 2 priorities are reducing crime and grime. We are going to launch an intensive multi-agency effort to work in 4 neighborhoods collectively with the communities there to make them safer and cleaner. We have been working on our Gateways initiative. We've identified 19 roads with the most traffic and the biggest cleanliness challenges in the city, and we have a multi-agency approach to getting those gateways clean and keeping them clean so that as you travel through the city you can see how nice our city is. And then finally, we're asking the communities to pitch in. So, right, how can you help? How can everybody help? The hard-working men and women who work at the Department of Public Works, the Department of Transportation, Rec and Parks, and other city agencies are working hard every single day to clean up this city. And we need everybody's help to get the city clean and to keep it clean. We need people to host community cleanups. We need people to sign up for the mayor's spring cleanup. We need people to keep their own blocks and communities clean after we've come in and cleaned them. And most importantly, we need people to stop littering. Don't litter. So we need everybody to do their part to keep the community clean. So now I'd like to introduce John Chalmers, who heads our Bureau of Solid Waste at the Department of Public Works.
Good morning. As Mayor Young and Cheryl have talked about, my team is committed to eliminating all overdue cleaning work orders by April 1st. There's a lot of work to do, but as you can see, the Mayor's Clean It Up campaign handout, we've made a big progress moving forward. I want to start by talking about the work the Bureau of Solid Waste and what we do to help make Baltimore cleaner. Every day, we send out 131 crews who remove 3,400 trash tons and recycling each week. Last fiscal year, we closed a total of 318,662 service requests throughout the year. That's an average of approximately 1,279 per day. These are the hard-working public servants. They work in all elements, cleaning the city, collecting trash, but they cannot do it alone. We know we need to do more to support the already work that's occurring. We're going above what we've ever done before by using data analytics to inform our operations to eliminate this backlog. A team of city employees has set up an improved data collection system so that we can now see the work our sanitation crews are doing closer to real time. We're going to bring in new technology that will help even more, ensuring the routes and resources are in the right places at the right time, responding to the work that's needed to be done. Getting rid of this backlog is critical to improve consistent and sustainable on-time performance for residents. Communities are also at the heart of this Clean It Up campaign. We need to work together to make the city cleaner. That means we need residents to do their part, following and using the drop-off center schedules, the 311 bulk trash pickup for larger items, or hiring a registered small hauler. And help make sure you make sure your fellow residents are playing by the rules as well. If you have something to report, such as illegal dumping or a location not using a trash can, please call 311. Report it. And there's more. Community associations can request a dumpster to assist with their cleanups by calling 311 and using the pitch-in program. There are many residents throughout the city working hard to make this Baltimore a better place. We want to support these efforts by working together not only to clean up the city, but to keep the city clean. Thank you. I'm going to bring up community leader Cynthia Tinsley.
Hi, Mr. Mayor. All right. First, I'd like to say thank you to Mayor Young and the City of Baltimore for the support that they have given our community. Truly, we are a needy community. We have a lot of problems. We have a lot of good people who could be more active and involved. But for the volunteers that we do have who are committed, we're so thankful. Because of the Carolot grant that we received for the last 2 years, we were able to provide some stipends to some of the volunteers, enough to buy breakfast and lunch for the hard work that they do, putting in 8 hours, helping us to clean lots and streets that unfortunately some of our neighbors contribute to that problem. And then, of course, we have the small haulers that come in. And then we have, as you see here, and in other places within our community, places where drug dealers clog the lots intentionally to prevent police from coming through. And so we have a lot of problems that we are trying to address, and any help that the city is able to give us is so greatly appreciated. And I look forward to more resources to come. Thank you.
Thank you. And I want to thank all of you for your hard work and innovative ideas to tackle this long-standing problem in the city. Together, we can return Baltimore to its former glory and make it one of the cleanest cities in America. Thank you again. Now we'll take a few questions.
Oh, so Mayor, before we talk, there was one more speaker, sorry.
I'm so sorry. I was so excited that I forgot to introduce one of our local heroes, and that's Derwin Hanna, who has contributed so much to this community, he and his family.
Good morning, everyone. As you can see, I'm like the forgotten person in the neighborhood. First of all, I want to thank Mayor Young, Commissioner Harrison, the DPW staff. Our community, as we know, our city has a lot of needs. Trash being one of the biggest. Here in our district, I want to thank especially the mayor. Commissioner, we walked this neighborhood many times, and the one thing that we constantly see is the illegal dumping. We see the trash bags. We see all the trash that's always like an deterrent, you know, for anybody wanting to come in our neighborhood. We're less than 5 minutes from downtown, and we've got to do better. There's a lot of things that we look at. One of the things that we find is that there's a lot of people that are just not vested, you know, in our community. So there's a lot of issues and a lot of things that come along with not being vested in the community in which you live. If you're not invested in your community, that means you really don't care about what's around you. Me as a homeowner in this community for many years, you know, I care about where I live. You know, I want to see things better. We will make things better. You know, with the help of Mayor Young, DPW, and everybody around. Once again, the people with the boots on the ground, man, the people that are cleaning these alleys. You know, a lot of times people will say that DPW is not doing their job. Believe me, I ride through the neighborhood. We're always seeing all types of heavy equipment in the neighborhood. Once these alleys are clean, I ride through, and a week later, you know, we have stuff back in them. So we cannot say that DPW is not doing their job. As for me, I really appreciate, and I want to congratulate all the hard workers for coming through here and taking the time to do it. So let's not forget them. But at the same time, anything in Baltimore City that happens, as a community, as residents, we have to do our part. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take any questions.
Which are the 4 neighborhoods being targeted for safety?
So we've been using data to look at neighborhoods that are impacted by crime and by different cleanliness issues, and we're first going to reach out to the communities and form those partnerships before we announce them.
Do you know what types of intensive services those neighborhoods?
So we're going to be developing programs and approaches with the community associations and community members that are targeted to respond to the specific challenges in those neighborhoods and that are things that are sustainable over time.
Can you talk any more about the pothole challenge with that?
Well, we're going to announce it, so wait until February 12th and come out for the big announcement. You can see Mayor Young fill pothole. It'll be great.
What are some of the challenges that exist with getting through the backlog that you'll be targeting?
Well, I think, you know, I think whenever you're trying to close a backlog so you can get to zero, I think the first thing is to have a sustainability plan for once you've gotten to zero. And as the bureau chief John Chalmers was saying, you know, we've got data analysts working embedded with the DPW folks and are working really hard to develop that plan so that we can get to zero and stay at zero. And also, we've really asked a lot of all of our other agencies. So it's a really all hands on deck initiative, and we have all the agencies that have capacity to do cleaning, mowing, boarding, all working together and putting in extra time to clean out that backlog.